So CQ, 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 the old friends net. This is WA4LLR, Dave in Burnsville, North Carolina, calling CQ, the old friends net. This net meets 3 times weekly, Tuesdays and Thursday mornings at 8 a.m., Sunday afternoons at 4 p.m. We're conducted in the Amplitude Modulation mode and the roundtable format. So CQ, the old friends net. Stations wishing to participate, give me a call and come now.
N4LQ.
KZ4 Bravo.
KG4 IUQ.
WB4 NKL.
WB4 ARK.
Alrighty, so far we have N4LQ, KZ4B, KG4IUQ, WB4NKL, and WB4ARK. Do we have any other? Alright, one more time. N4LQ, KZ4B, KG4IUQ, WB4NKL, and WB4ARK. Any other check-in? Well, good morning, Merry Christmas, and hope every one of you are having a wonderful Christmas. We've got about 56 degrees, overcast, running the Johnson 500 and the 183D. So we'll go ahead and get started. Merry Christmas down in the city of Pleasant Living. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
All right. I'll try to get zero beated here. Yeah, WA4LLR, N4LQ. Yeah, good morning. Indeed, city of Pleasant Living is quite pleasant this morning. It's 47 degrees out behind the garbage can where the sensor is. Sun is coming up and I've got my window open. I have found that helps my sinus. A little cold air coming in, and I'm working on researching an air filter to purify the air here in the shack. Maybe that'll help. I've been having a lot of trouble with allergies, and I'm looking at different options on the internet, trying to figure out which one to buy for the room here and see what happens. Anyhow, on the DX100B this morning, at about 100 watts to the horizontal loop antenna. With that, we go to Mark, KG4IUQ, N4LQ.
You don't like me, do you? KZ4 Bravo. Have I got it?
Yep.
You got it.
Just kidding, Steve. This is twice you've done this to me. But I'm not taking it personally. No, not me. I wanted to make a quick comment before I forgot. I'm on the usual T150 AL82 and enjoying this wonderful warm weather. I was watching Levin last night, and he mentioned a guy that I have heard about several times recently, didn't know he existed a couple of years back. He's a Jewish guy named Chaim Solomon, who is buried in the big cemetery in New York. I forget the name of it, in an unmarked grave, except for possibly a plaque that his nephew may have placed in that bare spot. He financed the pay for the American soldiers and the weaponry for the Battle of Yorktown. The French paid for the French troops and their equipment. But this guy, if he had not come up with the money, the American troops were threatening to, what do you call it, to leave, to not fight in the Battle of Yorktown, which is how we got our freedom. So everybody, we need to get the federal government, which is friendly to the military now, to put up a huge memorial to this guy. So this is not political. This is a forgotten patriot. So on that note, over to KG4IUQ in the group, KZ4B, over.
Thank you very much, KZ4B. This is KG4IUQ, Mark and Shelby. I believe the temperature is at least 50. That's what my telephone said. It didn't talk to me, but I looked it up on the internet for Shelby, and that's what it said a while ago. Today I'm going over to my mother's house to be with my wife and my brother and his wife. We're going to celebrate Christmas there. Merry Christmas, everybody. Everybody's sounding good. I believe my meter might be working right on this Hammerland HQ 110. Maybe I've got that figured out. Dave is like 20 over S9. Steve, somewhere about 20 to 30 over. I'm seeing some QSB on the meter. John's about, he's peaking at somewhere near 20 over. Yesterday I went over to Greer at my daughter's house, and we exchanged gifts. It's a nice day here. I'll send it on over to Cliff, WB4 NKL. This is KG4IUQ.
KG4IUQ, WB4 NKL. Good deal. Glad to get the meter straightened out there on the 110. Everybody's sounding good here. The band's in pretty good condition. 55 degrees, warmer here than Shelby, I guess. So it's and supposed to get up into the 60s. But it's kind of nice to be able to go out in shirt sleeves without a coat on Christmas Day. We celebrated Christmas yesterday with what's left of the Near family, daughter and the son-in-law come down, and we had a good meal. And today I need to make some kind of a cookie run, get rid of some of these cookies the wife's cooked up. I need to give them away. So we'll probably get out and do some visiting here locally and see if we can distribute some cookies. We got an email from my cousin Larry, WB4NKM, up in Wise, and he's been listening on the one of the SDRs, and his antenna got blown down a while back. He's not been able to get it back up, but maybe we can remedy that one of these days. He said to say Merry Christmas and 73s to everybody. I wonder where our Charlie's at today. Didn't hear him check in. I'll send it on to Buddy, WB4ARK, it's WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, WB4ARK, okay, Cliff. Well, everybody's coming in very good here in Lake Wylie, and the band is very quiet here. Just a little bit of sideband noise, and that's about it. Well, we're ready for Christmas, come what it may. It's we have one gift still in the mail, so and we won't worry about that. We got enough gifts anyway, so
my wife can take care of that when it comes in. So anyway, let's see, we got 48 degrees here. A little bit cooler than a lot of few other folks. And John, what are you complaining about Steve? If it's your call-in assignment, you were after Steve, so not sure about that. But anyhow, we'll see on the next round, maybe. So back to net control, WA4. WA4. WA4 LLR. This is WB4ARK. Okay.
I have those mornings too, buddy. I think what John was saying is Steve turned it to Mark when he was supposed to have turned it to John. But you know, we're all prone to do strange things. Anyway, let me see. Do we have any other check-ins for the old friends? Come now. I guess Charlie's in the midst of Christmas or sleeping late, one of the two. Let's see here. Steve, sorry about the allergies. Let's see, what is that thing? I used to use a gadget made in Tennessee. It was I'll have to look it up. It was an air filter, but it had an ozone generator. You could adjust the level of ozone that you wanted, and it did pretty good. I've not, for some reason, I've not had much in the way of allergies, thank God, for a while now. But used to have some issues and started eating local honey, and that helped quite a bit. Let's see, John, the T-150 sounds good, and yeah, I hadn't heard about that fellow that financed the Battle of Yorktown. He certainly does need to be remembered. Good morning to you, Mark. Merry Christmas. Glad you're going to have Christmas over at your mom's. Yeah, we certainly need to treasure our parents while they're with us. Mine have been gone for quite some time. And yeah, Cliff, I'm in the same boat on the cookie deal. I need to make a cookie run also. And Merry Christmas to Larry and his wife, if he's listening. Sure would be good to get him back on. And buddy, you're sounding good up here as always. Let's see here. Our Christmas get-togethers at 2 o'clock today at our daughter's house. Looking forward to that. And not a whole lot more. I think most of the cooking preparation's already been done. Thank God. I'm glad it's not a last-minute frenzy. Let's see. Space weather. Sunspot's 103. Solar flux index is 142. And the K is about 3. A few items from this day in history. On this day in 352, Pope Liberius celebrated the first official Christmas Mass in Rome, and that started the tradition of doing it on December the 25th. And let's see what else. On this day in 2021, the James Webb Space Telescope was launched. On this day in 2006, James Brown, if you've listened to any soul music, passed away at the age of 73. On this day in 1991, Mikhail Gorbachev resigned as president of the Soviet Union, which ceased to exist at the end of the year. On this day in 1977, Charlie Chaplin died in Switzerland. On this day in 1941, Bing Crosby debuted the song White Christmas on the Kraft Music Hall radio program. And on on this day in 1776, George Washington and his troops crossed the Delaware and surprised the British in Trenton, New Jersey. So that's some things from this day in history. So back down to you, Mr. Steve. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
All righty, WA4LLR, N4LQ. That's James Brown. I Feel Good was the name of that song. I remember when that came out, he was on one of those teenage TV shows we used to watch, like, oh, what was that? Where the Action Is, or something like that. And when he sang, he would swivel his feet back and forth and slide across the stage. I thought that was kind of cool. But that's about all he did. That was cool. Now, Buddy, you're the only one that got it right. I did everything right, and you caught that, and that's good. I appreciate that. My problem is I have, well, if you know what automatic volume control is, it's got, or automatic level control, it's got a decay time to it, a recovery time. And when some strong signal hits your receiver, it takes a half a second or whatever to for the receiver to recover. Well, my brain has got that. It's automatic brain control. And when I gave my call sign, when I checked in, KZ4B came back so fast that my brain had not recovered from giving my own call sign. And I look back here at my list, and he was not on you were not even on the list. It didn't even show up on paper. And then Mark's call sign was there. So there is a decay period there that we've got to somehow speed that up or compensate for it, or put a delay on the input side of the microphone. Anyhow, thanks for the tips on the air filter, ozone. Yeah, I've looked at some of them, still have the ozone generator. I recall years ago something about ozone being bad, and I don't know. For a long time, the news would report, oh, the ozone layer is depleted, and we've got to have more ozone. And then you hear about how bad ozone is for you. But during a thunderstorm, the lightning produces ozone, and it smells good, clears your sinuses out, and all that good stuff. So there you go. And John, not sure who you're talking about. Haim Solomon? I don't even know. I never heard of him. And I guess I didn't catch all the details on that, but whatever. And okay on the cookies that you're going to distribute and all that. Okay, over to this time to KZ4B, who has his call sign written down here, N4LQ.
Okay, Steve. Top of the morning to you. And I'm not throwing rocks because my receiver actually has that delay problem. It's the Palstar PR30. I don't hear anything for a second or more. And here I am hopping in there real quick, just like nobody has a receiver with the same problem that mine has. So I would consider that my bad, not yours. And with regard to Haim Solomon, I never heard of the guy either, but he was a very, very big deal. And, I pride myself on studying military history, and I didn't even know the story until about a year ago. But he ended up what happened was the Continental Congress failed to pay him back. He loaned $20,000, which is umpty squat $1 million today, to George Washington to pay his troops because they were threatening to leave before the Battle of Yorktown. So, this guy is a really major national hero. In all these years, nobody's put up a monument or memorial or anything to him, and he didn't even get paid back. And on top of all that, he died at the age of 44, not that long after the Battle of Yorktown. But long enough after the battle that he died a pauper. So I think it's a pretty big deal that he needs to be recognized. I just can't understand why it's taken this long. So, Merry Christmas to Larry, and shifting gears again, James Brown. When Barry Goldwater, who was a ham and one of my heroes, was running for president, my uncle, who was a doctor in Lancaster, South Carolina, headed up the Young Republicans Club because he was from Dayton, Ohio. Back then, there hardly weren't any Republican in south of the Mason-Dixon line. So he had this Young Republicans Club, and of course I was a member. And we had a Christmas party. And at that Christmas party, they served Goldwater, which is Mountain Dew that was, we had it by the case. But when they first came out with it, they called it Goldwater. And I've still got some cans somewhere. But at that party, we had James Brown before James Brown really hit the national scene. And that's the hardest working guy I have ever seen. And he sweated like a hog. And but great music. I loved his music. I still do. And yeah. He also did Sing It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. But from, I think it's Anderson in Georgia, not South Carolina. If there is such a thing, I may have that all screwed up. So, I have hogged it long enough. Over to you, Mark. K4IUQ in the group, KG4IUQ, KG4B. Over.
This is KG4IUQ. You're sounding good over here, John. I believe my meter is working, and I think it has something to do with that AVC. I have a hunch for AVC, and the meter seems to be working generally well when I have the AVC on. I believe it has worked after a thunderstorm. Steve is sounding good here. About 10 over S9. And Cliff, WB4NKL, talking about going to distribute some cookies. That sounds like a good idea because, you know, if I had a bunch of cookies, I could eat a lot of them. If I went around and go up to people's door and say, Merry Christmas, and I'd be eating those cookies, have an excuse for going over there. Might have to think about that one. buddy, WB4ARK. It's Lake Wiley. You're sounding good here. You were about S20 or 10, 20 dB above S9, and it fluctuated on down to S7. I'll turn it over to Cliff, WB4NKL. This is KG4IUQ.
Okay, Mark, KG4IUQ, it's WB4NKL. I enjoy the cookies, but there's just too much. I need to share the wealth. And seems like there's a lot of eating going on this time of year, and I enjoy it, but it's probably a little bit overwhelming. John, thanks for the history lessons there. James Brown, pretty interesting. Steve, the DX100s is sounding good, but it was started that frequency shift keying part of the time, and it shows up as, you know, being like a little clicking noise on AM. I switched over to sideband and listened to it, and it was going plumb out of the passband for just a fraction of a second, and you could see it as the carrier level changing if you were an AM. But it just did that first of your transmission, and it sort of straightened up. So there's something going on there in that VFO. But good signal. Audio's you know, good and clean otherwise. But it does take those little spells, but not real noticeable. I don't know if anybody wasn't listening for it. They maybe didn't notice it. Send it on around. Go ahead, buddy. WB4ARK, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, WB4ARK. Well, Cliff, I did hear the clicking noise. I have my headphones on. I can monitor a little bit better because the receiver's on the other side of my radio equipment here on the back side of it, and I don't have to turn the volume up so loud that I can use the headphones and all works good. Well, I understand what you're saying, Steve and John, about his check-in and so forth. I missed that part. But yeah, it should be a monument put up, erected for that gentleman, Haim Solomon. I don't know how you spell that. Maybe you can clarify that when you come back. Yeah, it looks like my frequency is 3715.5 and a little bit. Band is still in pretty good shape. It's a little bit of fading on a couple of signals, but otherwise it's doing fine. For two sons, and Linda's other son is in Asheville, so we probably won't have Christmas until maybe Saturday or Sunday with them. Yeah, we haven't gotten that straightened out yet. So anyhow, I guess that's about it. So I don't know where Charlie is today. Could be sleeping in. Maybe he had a late night putting stuff together last night. Who knows? So we'll send it back to WA4LLR, Mr. Dave in Burnsville. This is WB4ARK.
All right, fine business all the way around. Let me stand by. Any late check-ins, come down.
N4IYQ.
All right, recognize Chuck, N4IYQ. Do we have anyone else? All right. right. Well, Merry Christmas, Chuck. Come in and tell us something. N4IYQ, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR and the old friends N4IYQ. A Merry Christmas all the way around to all of you and your families. Hope you have a blessed day. And we just got off their 3725 group. Sounds like you got a short list this morning, but certainly good to hear everybody. Good to hear Mark, my neighbor Cliff, and Buddy, and yourself, Dave. And I always enjoy it. Back up to you, I guess. WA4LLR, and I heard John, KZ4 Bravo also, N4IYQ.
All right, Chuck, glad you got in here with us. Okay, one more standby. Anyone else? Come in. All right. Well, who knows? Charlie may have had to go work on his daughter's car again. Oh, man. She has more trouble with that thing. Let's see, Steve, that air filter was called Living Air. They still sell them. I'm kind of proud of them, but there's some clones that are about a third to a fourth the price, but it's called Living Air. Yeah, I remember that James Brown maneuver. Believe it or not, when I was younger, I could do that. I used to do it and get some laughs out of it, but he was a hoot. And John, that's neat that he was played at one of your functions. Mark, good deal about your Christmas get-togethers. That sounds like a good time. And yeah, I was listening to that pop in on Steve's signal earlier too. I didn't turn the BFO on, so I wasn't sure if it was a mic connection or what, but that makes sense. And buddy, good deal on getting with your son today, and then going to Asheville Saturday or Sunday. Let's see. Hopefully it's just going to be kind of quiet and peaceful around here. Get together at our daughters at 2 o'clock, and that should pretty much wrap it up for us. The older I get, the bigger fan I am of quiet Christmases and quiet celebrations. Oh me, but it's good to get together. All right, well we've got plenty of time, so we'll head back around again. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
WA4LLR, N4LQ, broadcasting in teletype and AM. All right, I'm looking at my display here. Yeah, it's kind of strange what it's doing. I don't know. Last time I adjusted the trimmer capacitor just a little bit and it stopped doing it. I think it's something to do with that, making bad contact probably. And it's kind of weird, but all I can say is maybe it's better than a VF1 VFO. I don't know. That screwdriver adjustment is on top of the VFO, and there's a lid in the cabinet that you can access those with, but they didn't make the lid big enough so that you can reach a screwdriver back there and get to it. Now, why in the world would they put an adjustment on top of something and make the lid too small that you can get to it? I don't know. That figures. Anyway, well, at least I'm not blowing up meter shunts again. I guess that's been taken care of, and I'll eventually get a pair of new 1625s because these are in pretty bad shape. Keep looking around for those at a Hamfest or something. If there's any more Hamfest, boy, those are getting scarce. The Living Air, I wonder if that's one word or two. I tried to do a search here on Amazon, and they claim they had it, but they don't. They've got all kinds of Gem Guardians and Air Doctors and Puro Air, and just one after the other. So we'll keep checking here, see what we can find for an air filter. Anyhow, back to John again, and $20,000. The calculator that I looked at wouldn't go back to 1700, so I went back to 1913, and even in 1913, $20,000 now would be right around $700,000 in value. So there you go. Like you say, it's probably millions. KZ4B, N4LQ.
Okay, N4LQ in the group, KZ4B, fine business, Steve. And you're booming in as usual. There's some QS Baker. The worst is on Mark. But I'm copying Mark and everybody else just fine because conditions on average are quite excellent. Buddy, you spell Haim Solomon's name, I think. I'm the world's, in the 9th grade, I got the lowest score in the whole junior high school for spelling. When they had the standardized test. Luckily, I got the highest grade for math, but the lowest in the whole school. There were illiterate people that could spell better than me. But anyway, I think it's Heimsolomon. And so that's my wild guess at it. And but he's, in my opinion, very unknown, and that's a double crime when you consider that he single-handedly, I mean, there was no other money available. Everybody, you know, this was at the end of the war, and everybody was hurting. And this guy was the richest guy, they said the richest guy in the United States. And I don't know the details of how he got it, but anyway, no monument anywhere except possibly a plaque in or around the cemetery. That needs to be changed. Let's see, what else? The ozone generator. I can't remember which Hamfest it was, but I bought an ozone generator it was from some company that handles solid state devices. Because if you have ozone in the air, then it's impossible or very unlikely to have a static buildup, because the ozone apparently conducts enough due to the fact that it's ionized air that there's no static buildup. And that sucker really does work. I mean, you can smell the ozone stronger than any thunderstorm I've ever been in, and thunderstorms will cause ozone that you can definitely smell. So that's another source, Steve, is an electronic source, and it would be surplus. So you might get lucky there. I did. Let's see. Well, I just generally wish everybody Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks for calling the net, Dave. I'm not signing out, but definitely I didn't want to forget that. So, over to Mark. KG4IUQ in the group, KZ4B, over.
This is KG4IUQ, the man with the most QSB. I'm running barefoot on the night T150. I enjoy this Christmas time. I hope everybody does. The last time that I went to upload pictures on that Groups.io website, they were saying that I had couldn't upload anymore. There was a limit had been reached. What I'm planning on doing is I continue to make pictures so that I can learn people's names, and I'm gonna keep the pictures, and I can upload the pictures to something like Google Drive, or send out an email to anybody that wants it, especially if there's a group picture that somebody wants to have a copy of, or even a printed copy. I can print pictures. I think they were saying there was some kind of subscription would need to be paid. So I just stopped that, because it's just putting a bunch of pictures on the system, and it could cause somebody to attach it in their email or something. That's what I was thinking. Steve is saying that he's broadcasting in teletype and AM. Now, I'm a type person that's very serious. I might have trouble with that type of statement because I wouldn't be able to understand how it could be, but I know that he is saying that. His sound had a sound in it a while ago. That's why he's saying that. And I hope Steve has a good day with this Christmas time. I hope everybody does. And I still wonder, is that ozone generating thing? I believe it is. Okay, I guess. Well, I need to say something about Chuck. N4IYQ. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, and you're coming in here rather well. You're at about a S9 on my meter. I'll send it over now to Cliff, WB4NKL. This is KG4IUQ.
Okay, Mark. KG4IUQ. It's WB4NKL. Good copy all the way around. Good morning to Chuck. Sounding good, Chuck, and blasting in here. I bet you're pretty close. Steve, the DX100 sounded fine that time till the very end, maybe the last 5 seconds, your transmission, it started that. So I don't know. I see a lot of weird stuff out of these silver mica capacitors anymore. It sounds like a capacitor breaking down, or something of that nature. It don't sound like a loose intermittent like a wiper would be. I don't think it would be that intermittent, or you could probably make it show up by vibration there, or pecking on it or something. But I understand those things. I don't know how you get into those VFOs without major surgery to change parts, but hopefully figure out what's going on. And 1625s, I've got a box of them over here. I'll lay you out a couple. I don't know when I'll get down that way, but I'll bring you some 1625s next time I see you. Mark, I think the negative ion and the ozone is a similar thing. They do that by putting high voltage in there. And the old TVs, if they had a little arc or something, they would you could smell that ozone around the old TVs with the flyback transformers. And I think that's how they generate it. They just got a high voltage, high frequency AC signal that they generate. I might look into that. John was talking about it, stopped the build. I got the static electricity build up terrible here in the shop. The humidity's down running around 30% most of the time in the winter. And every time I get up from my chair and touch something, I draw a pretty good arc. So if ozone would help on that, I might try to generate some in here also. Usually when you smell ozone, it means you got an arc in your transmitter or something, though, something breaking down. But we can live with that. Go ahead, buddy, WB4ARK, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, WB4ARK. Okay, Cliff. Well, ozone is it's used in paints and varnishes, and it's also helpful in removing odors from the kitchen, foul odors, and it also is believed to prevent harmful radiation from getting to us. It forms as a layer about 50 miles up. It prevents the harmful rays that come from the sun from penetrating down to the earth. Some of them. Not all of them, but a great majority of them. But yeah, it's very very important gas, kind of a bluish color. And anyhow, it's good to hear everybody on today, and I hope everybody has a very nice Christmas. And I'm going to say 73 at this point and check out. And thanks, Dave, for calling in today. And so that's about the size of it here. I don't know exactly whether we're going to the mountains or they're coming here, so we're going to wait and find out today. So anyhow, everybody have a great Christmas. And over to you for IYQ.
Okay, buddy, WB4ARK, 4IYQ. Likewise, Dave, thanks for calling in. Everybody keeps their thoughts and prayers for Rick, WK4R, and Cheryl and the family for his healing. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody if we don't get in here again, although we plan on trying to get on a little more often since we've reduced our schedule back at the part-time hangout place. I'll make this my last one, and everybody have a blessed day and enjoy your families. WA4LLR, and Steve, good morning to you. I didn't hear you the first go-around. N4IYQ, good day.
All right, fine business. 7-3 to you, buddy. Merry Christmas. 7-3 to you, Chuck, and Merry Christmas to you. And let me give Charlie one more chance. Any late check-ins, come now. Oh, well, we tried. Okay, let's see here. Mark, in answer to your question, according to AI, negative ion generator and ozone generator are not the same things. One adds a charge and the other, you know, it's, anyway, you can look it up online, but they're not the same. Let's see here. Cliff, I'm like you on that Steve's last transmission. No carrier shift until the very end, and then just a little bit right at the last part of his transmission. So, you know, I mean, it's an old radio. What can you say? But I'm sure you'll conquer it, Steve. Well, we'll go ahead and do a quick 73 round. Let's see here. Who we got? Cliff will be tail end Charlie on this one. So, over to you, Steve. N4LQ, WA4LLR.
Yeah, the teletype is still going on here. This is N4LQ. I was trying to reach in there with a pair of pliers and stick this 3715 crystal in it. They made it as hard as they possibly could to put crystals in this transmitter. You know, they could have put the socket on the front panel, but no, they put it down right next to the rectifier tubes. Nice hot rectifier tubes. So I'm not too sure I want to reach in there without the pliers, and then you have to flip a switch on the chassis right next to it, which you can't reach. You have to use a screwdriver for that. I'm going to try that here in a minute and see how it works out. Well, ozone generators are for sale on Amazon, and they really put out the ozone, but they come with warning signs. Do not enter this room. And you can, I mean, it comes with a couple of spare signs. You can put them on the doorknobs and stuff, but you're not supposed to be in the room when that thing is running. So I think it puts out enough to harm your lungs. So I don't think I'll use that. Anyway, Cliff, thanks for the offer on the 1625s. I appreciate that. And we'll get with you the next time, and maybe we can put those to work. I'm sure they would appreciate that. So, John, back to you, KZ4B, N4LQ.
Okay, Steve, N4LQ and the group KZ4B, fine business. Well, I'm glad I was actually able to get up in time for the schedule, because I was up pretty late last night, but I guess I made it, and I guess this is probably the 73 round. Pretty soon there'll be nobody, which is kind of the way it is at the Hamfest these days. Things are rapidly, we're dying off like flies, and what a shame. Great hobby, great people, and apparently the Utes just don't, like my son has a ham license, but he doesn't use it, and of course he's busy as a beaver. And on that point, my daughter, I expect to be here today to celebrate Christmas, but my son and his family are on another cruise. They're the cruisingest people I have ever seen, but the fact of the matter is, the more you cruise, the better deal you get. I guess they can be forgiven, and they do enjoy it. So a lot of the cruises are in and around Christmas time and other holidays, because that's when people can get off work, I guess. So, you know, they enjoy it. So, again, very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody that's left. And may your New Year be prosperous and joyous. So, I'm not sure, I wasn't keeping up. Mark, if you're still in there, take it, and if not, take it, Cliff. KG4IUQ and the group KZ4B.
Yeah, break.
This time.
Yeah, it's N4LQ on the crystal. Just wanted to be sure that it sounds okay. I think it's going to be all right. N4LQ crystal control over to Cliff. Go ahead, Mark.
This is KG4IUQ. I copy your signal with the crystal control. I also copy that the teletype is still going on. I believe you sound okay, but it sounded a little bit different there on that last transmission, Steve, and I know that you're not really doing teletype, just joking there. I looked up on, they got this AI feature on DuckDuckGo, and apparently the ozone generator is different than a negative ion generator. They're giving these warnings saying that it can cause respiratory issues, chronic conditions, may worsen asthma and other diseases. Do not use in spaces where people are in the space. They say to please consider other alternatives. But everybody have a very Merry Christmas, and have a very good day. I'll send it over now to Cliff, WB4NKL. This is KG4IUQ.
KG4IUQ, it's WB4NKL. Okay, Mark. Now, Steve, I flipped over the BFO, and I didn't hear any wavering on the crystal. Might run in a while and see what happens. Ozone's good for you. Ozone's bad for you. It's like everything else that we got. You know, they come out and coffee's good for you. You drink, you know, and then they say it's coffee's bad for you. So you know, you don't know what to do. But maybe run the ozone generator when you're not in the room, and then turn it off when you're in the room. I don't know, but interesting. Oh, say 73s and enjoy it. Thanks for calling it, Dave, and we'll look for everybody there on Sunday. Going back to you, Dave. WA4LLR, WB4NKL.
Hey, Dave.
Yes, sir.
All right. One more thing I wanted to say, especially for John, KZ4B. There is a huge statue of Chaim Solomon in the Pan Pacific Park in Los Angeles, and he's right there at the entrance. So there you go. Go back to you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Okay, good deal. Cliff, I know what you mean about it. It's good for you, bad for you. They've been such a controversy through the years about eggs. Eggs are healthy. Eggs are unhealthy. Chocolate. It don't matter. My opinion is it's based on whoever's selling something that will benefit from whichever perspective. But I could be wrong. Let's see here. Yep, you were solid as a rock on the crystal. And John, my kids are in the same boat. All three of my kids have their ham license and no interest, so there you go. And Steve, I know what you mean about putting crystals in those things. I used to use a hemostat. I'd grab the crystal with a long handle hemostat and put it in. Anyway, I'll tell you one thing I do. The ham shack's in the basement, and I've got a dehumidifier down here. It's pretty dry, but when we had the hurricane, it got flooded. And every once in a while in the back rooms, you get a little bit of a musty smell. I've got a unit that puts out ultraviolet C light and ozone. And what I do is when we're going to be out, I'll run that thing for an hour and then come back in and ventilate the room. And that sure takes care of the musty smells, and it's supposed to kill mold and all that stuff. But yeah, you can't be in there with it. All right, gentlemen, I have enjoyed this morning. A very Merry Christmas to all of us. And as we celebrate, let's thank God for the greatest gift ever given to this earth, which started it all, and that's Jesus Christ. And I'm so thankful that God loved us enough to send his son that we might have forgiveness and eternal life. So, everybody have a great day, and Lord willing, we'll catch up with you on Sunday. This is WA4LLR, Dave in Burnsville, North Carolina, closing this session of the Old Friends 7-3.